Hi there, everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the Joy Without Justification podcast, your one-stop spot for finding peace, purpose, and presence. And no explanation is needed. I'm your host, Denny.
And I'm your co-host, Dan. Happy New Year.
Yeah. January 2025 already.
Yes.
Wow. Where did last year go? And thank you, God, last year went.
Thank goodness it's done. Thank goodness.
But no, so we are now at January 2025. The holiday season is now behind us.
And now we're in the New Year pressure cooker.
Oh, God, yeah. So, Dan, are you a believer in this whole New Year, New You concept?
Kind of and no, because it's really tricky. You know, we all set those New Year's resolutions every New Year's. I think a lot of it's tradition. We do it for fun, but
because nobody really sticks to them. Nobody really sticks to them.
You know, when I was a smoker, I don't know how many times that was my New Year's resolution. But it also comes with a lot of baggage because we set unrealistic expectations. We make goals too high for us to reach, and then we guilt trip ourselves if we make a mistake. And there's a whole lot of pressure to get it done within a year. So it's definitely a tricky one.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Maybe this year we can offer a different perspective on the New Year, New You.
I agree, and I think New Year, New Focus would be better, because the New Year, New You concept is the idea of using the start of a new year as a fresh beginning to make positive changes in one's life. So, I think we could do that, but turn it into a focus.
Yeah, that sounds good. So instead of a complete overhaul, how about we pick something we want to improve on and set some achievable goals?
Yeah, absolutely. A new skill, a new habit, a new healthy way of eating, learn something new. There's definitely more to it. Maybe pick a more positive outlook and just kind of focus on that.
I think that's going to be my, let's just call it resolution, is less hamburgers, and more healthy, foods.
We need to.
Before we get into any tips on how to bring about this New Year, New You concept, how about we go into a positive affirmation? Repeat this after me. I am worthy of growth and happiness. My journey is unique, and I embrace it with open arms. So, Dan, let's jump into some tips here. How can we turn this New Year, New Focus concept into something actionable?
Well, start with, let's say, self-reflection. Take time to reflect on the past year. What worked? What didn't work?
Goal setting. Set SMART goals. Set realistic goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals.
Good. Mindfulness. Practice mindfulness to stay present and reduce stress.
Healthy habits. We were just saying that with, looking at how you eat. Looking at how much exercise do you really get. Prioritize sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. Positive mindset. Cultivate a positive mindset through affirmations and gratitude journaling.
Seek support. Don't be afraid to reach out to family, friends, or a therapist for support.
Now, remember, everybody, this is your journey, not someone else's. So take time to reflect, identify your goals, and create a plan that works for you. Here's what I look at. The word resolution. We set specific and rigid goals. I want to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to have a new car with my income tax. Whatever. And then life happens. Or you just don't lose those 20 pounds because Susie brought a cheesecake into work. And so I think what happens then is, like I said up earlier, is we give ourselves a guilt trip. When we look at that cheesecake, we go, yeah, I'm not going to be able to keep this, and we give up.
That's why that's never been one of my resolutions.
What, losing weight?
Yeah, because I just love cheesecake too much.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. But if you focus on something, it's not, instead of saying I want to lose 20 pounds, or instead of saying I want a new car, I'm buying a brand spanking new car with my income tax, the focus would be, I'm going to lose some weight this year. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to save towards a new car. Those are realistic goals because, number one, we don't know the future. And as we talked about on the last episode, we don't want to attach to outcomes. It's good to have goals. But if your goals can't be met and you're going to beat yourself up over them, they're self-defeating.
Yeah.
So, by reframing your goal as a focus and you're practicing mindfulness around that goal, I think it's putting you in a pathway. It's setting you on the road to success. When you lose a pound, you can celebrate. If you gain a pound, give yourself some loving kindness.
I mean,
if you're trying to buy a new car, but something happens that you have to spend money somewhere else, that new car now is going to be a used car, but it's still a good car. So I think, setting yourself up on the path of just focusing on what you want to change without the specific, rigid, it's going to be this way or no way, I think then you can celebrate. And when you celebrate your successes and keep it up on a calendar on the wall, I lost a pound. Next week, total lost 3 pounds, whatever. You're going to see it in action and you're going to celebrate it, and that's going to motivate you. But if you set it on your thing, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, today's January 1st, this is what I used to do when I was heavy, is by February 1st or by March 31st or whatever the case may be, and you might only be 5 pounds off, you're still going to beat yourself up. You didn't make your goal, and most of us, that's how our mind works. We are failures. We did this wrong. And, now we're no good. But the focus is on just losing weight. You can still celebrate.
But even your setbacks and failures, they should be celebrated. We discussed that in the last episode when we were talking about strength in the struggle. Because you learn from them setbacks. No, saying I'm going to lose 20 pounds by the end of January and somebody brings a cheesecake or leftover Christmas cookies back into the office and, I shouldn't, but you do.
Yeah, and you eat them all.
I mean, even them little setbacks should be celebrated. That's a lesson you're learning. I'm not telling you not to eat that cheesecake, but like you were even saying, these goals need to be realistic. Your resolutions need to be somewhat realistic.
Sure.
Yeah, we'd all like to be runway model pencil thin and be able to walk down the
I just want to get
aisle.
my jeans on.
But well, come on, you gotta eat.
Right.
And I'm sorry,
Now,
cheesecake is just too good to pass up.
Sure.
And in case you're wondering, yeah, I'm in the mood for a cheesecake right now.
Well, and one thing I see is we tend to give forgiveness and grace to everybody else but ourselves. I think most of us are harder on ourselves than we are on anyone around us, and that is completely backwards. We should be as forgiving to ourselves as we are to anybody.
Yeah,
Because
we should be.
that's why we all have anxiety, and that's why we suffer from depression, and that's why we have the spiritual conditions we have in the world, is because we tend to beat ourselves up, instead of, we're human.
And that's why, and please, feel free to go back and listen to any of our previous episodes. The episode we did on self-love. I mean, that's the whole idea of it. Like you're saying, we are taught, whether by church, society, whatever, that we need to be forgiving of our fellow man.
Mm-hmm.
But then we come down so hard on ourselves because of one stupid little incident.
Mm-hmm.
So,
cold. Well, we always say, I should have known better. I should know better. I'm no good. And then we.
But you're human, and a human is going to do something that, yeah, you probably should have thought of it before you did it. But you know what? You're human.
Well,
you did it.
Let's go back to the weight thing again, because I was thin most of my life, but when I was young, I really struggled with weight until puberty hit, and then now that I'm older, my metabolism doesn't work like it used to. But I think we set these goals, and I eat a lot of sweets, and I could eat a lot of sweets because after puberty and before 40, I could eat whatever I wanted, and it didn't matter. I could eat like 6 Big Macs and 2 pies and just stayed 140 pounds. Well, I'm 57 and 200, and I've lost. But because I was in the habit of eating sweets, to stop cold turkey and then someone wave a cheesecake in my face, I'm probably going to have a slice of cheesecake.
We all could when we were younger.
Well, but that's the thing is we've created a habit in our past and then beat ourselves up when we backslid a little. I mean, that's just like when I quit smoking. You have that cheater cigarette. It is what it is. And if I had to beat myself up over that, I never would have quit.
Yeah. And I laugh about all that because I remember grocery shopping with my grandmother and my mother. That was a whole family trip to Du Bois when we would do that. And we would stop at Pizza Hut. And yeah, when I was younger, Graham would get us all personal pan pizzas. I'd eat all mine. What Graham couldn't finish, here, Denny, you eat it. I mean, it was and there was no problem. Now?
Yeah, now it's
I eat that second personal pan pizza. I got to go buy some stretch jeans because. Anywho, and on that note, while we're focusing on positivity and growth, don't forget to spread the joy.
And finally, tune in next week where we will be discussing another topic that's close to our hearts, and that's, for me especially, is higher consciousness.
And don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or where you get your podcasts from. You can also find us on YouTube at Joy Without Justification, as well as on Facebook, Blue Sky, Reddit. And please, feel free to email us at joywithoutjustification@gmail.com. Let's start this new year off real good with a blast.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank you for those who do listen. We're just 2 everyday older gay guys that just have went through life, that just sharing our experiences, hoping that we can help someone. We are real, and we just want you to share and spread our podcast around. We would love some help.
So until then, stay positive, stay happy, keep finding your joy. Peace out.